Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your own channel AC Astro, and today's video is about weekly horoscope week starting from 9th March to 15th March, but very important transits going to happen and moon eclipse also, lunar eclipse. So how this week will be? Let's welcome Akash ji from Calgary, Canada. Finally Calgary. Namaskar, Ram Ram.
Namaskar, Rohiji. Finally, I am back in my whole den. Here we go. So 9th of March till 15th of March. This is a quick video. I'm still in jet lag, but yes, we have to do this weekly every time. Here, Moon is entering into Cancer. Karka Rashi, Moon comes back to the fourth house. Lot of things related to inner peace, happiness. Moon is still in good position only. There is no challenge that Moon is facing. And here, when Moon comes to the fourth house, lot of things related to real estate, which were stuck, will now move forward. Lot of shifting, some construction in the house, as well as health of mother will be restored. Very positive. Then Moon enters into Leo. Leo is the sign that is related and ruled by Sun. So very soon Moon is now going to achieve degrees to enter into an eclipse. Now this is where we have to be careful enough, because Moon entering into this sign is good for children, good for education, good for love life, but it is starting to give you a little bit of anxiety related to workplace, related to anything that has to do with your health. And why? Because Moon is then entering into Virgo. 14th of March, 13th and 14th of March, Moon, when will be opposite to Sun, the eclipse will start, the Amavasya will start, and after that, there will be a complete lunar eclipse when Moon will meet the planet Ketu. Because see, 14th Moon is moving here, 15th Moon is moving to Sun is moving to Pisces. So this is an eclipse happening in the sixth house for you. That means your mind related to your health, nothing should be ignored. Mind, anything that has to relate with your workplace, nothing should be ignored. And also service wise, we have to be absolutely in a more service oriented way. There'll be complete full video coming on the eclipse with do's and don'ts, and also some rituals that you need to do, because this eclipse is a very special eclipse where lot of things can be manifested also through proper service. So wait for that. Later, Mercury is going to get retrograde into Pisces. That means a debilitated Mercury is retrograde now. Lord of the sixth house making Viprit Rajog in the 12th house. We have to be careful about the speech also. So 14th of March is a very important date. If you see 14th March, Moon will enter into Virgo. 14th March, Mercury retrograde. 14th March, lunar eclipse, and 15th March is Sun will enter into Pisces. Mercury here is the owner of the communication. Your communication now can also create some losses for you if you don't go the right space. This time be devoted towards service, because Mercury is putting an exalted aspect on the sixth house. Ketu will be in control, but still we need to make sure that Ketu and Rahu are little notorious planets. When it comes to Ketu, it can just for fun create some kind of fear also in your mind. So be careful about that fear. Else, and Sun enters into Pisces. This is the time that eclipse energy is still very, very extremely heavy. Once Moon and Sun passes away, that actually Moon will pass away, then here, there will be a little bit relief. But now your 12th house is getting too much activated, and 12th house is related to foreign travel, related to losses, related to anything to do with hospitals going crazy, sometimes not having nice sleep. You may be feeling such kind of things and may start feeling much, much more heavier from 15th of March. Proper remedies are required, because when we have headache, we take a medicine so that we feel better. Same way, when there is such kind of things, we need to do remedies of the planets. So all the best, have a great time. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video first time, to subscribe. Taurus, Moon entering into Cancer into the third house. Lot of great time for communication, especially short distance travel is happening. There can also be possibility that your personal interest or anything that you really love, your hobby, can be taking you somewhere, making you travel somewhere, and that will be a very, very great news for the people who are Taurus ascendant. Later, Moon will enter into Leo again. Not a very bad placement. The third house lord in the fourth house. That means lot of happiness from your siblings. There can be possibility of reconciliation with siblings and mother. There can also be possibility of spending some kind of little bit of wealth on your house, on the vehicle, some kind of new interior cleaning, some kind of things to do with washing the car, getting some expensive thing installed in the house. These all things are what it shows during this period. But as moon enters into Leo, the Amavasya energy starts, and then moon enters into Virgo, which means a complete lunar eclipse will happen on 14th of March. For lunar eclipse, we'll be making a very big video to make you understand, but to give you a glimpse of what is happening, it is happening in the fifth house for you. And moon, when it comes with Ketu in close conjunction, and sun is coming with Rahu and going exactly opposite in higher degrees, that is time moon, so lunar eclipse happens. So we need to be careful, especially related to children, progeny, those who are trying to conceive, those who have conceived, those who are pregnant right now, extremely careful. Those who are also traveling abroad for higher education, we have to be showing utmost care. Fifth house is also the house of speculative gains and losses. We need to make sure that we do not have any kind of, spend any kind of money somewhere on speculation during this time. That is important. Later, Mercury gets retrograde here into the sign of Pisces. In Pisces, Mercury is, what you say, debilitated, and Mercury also retrograde, Venus also retrograde. It becomes extremely powerful Neech Bhang Raj Yog in the 12th house. Mercury will try to protect your wealth as much as possible and try not to invest into some social, like, your friends say, let's invest here. Your acquaintances say, oh, I have put some money here. You also put this money here. So some, in these cases, try to avoid any such things. And then finally, Sun will enter into Pisces, and this is the time that Sun will start coming closer to the Rahu, and the eclipse energy has now started. In 15 days, as soon as 29th of March comes, eclipse will happen, because just see, moon is going to complete cycle 2.5 days, 2.5 days, 2.5 days, 2.5 days, 2.5 days, and 2.5 days. And then when all align here, Saturn also moves here. This is the time that the big, powerful, major eclipse happen. Now, if you have seen in the past few months, there is a lot of political unrest that is happening around the world, and this is because of Mars and also the energy that is building in the sign of Pisces. Lot of endings will come and lot of new beginnings will start. So let's hope for the best. Make sure that you be safe, because you are all our family. We love you. And those who are watching the video for the first time, to subscribe. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. All the best. Gemini ascendant. When moon enters into Cancer, this is the moon second house lord in the second house. For Gemini, Mercury has given moon the place of a Maraka, but also Dhanakaraka. Any money that has to come, any wealth, any family dynamics is seen from the moon. And here, wealth wise, very, very great time. Family dynamics, very great. But health wise, we have to be careful, especially in the mouth area. Many people may be feeling ulcers in the mouth because of Mars also present in the ascendant. Many people will be having, suddenly when we are biting, talking, and suddenly we cut our tongue and it keeps paining when we eat something. That is also happening. Dental problems, problems in the mouth, ulcers. These are the things that may be happening. So now, moon here will give you some relief, because our own house moon tries to apply, what you say, apply. Um, we call malam in the Hindi, but it applies cooling gel on your whatever place where it is burning. So all the best. Moon enters into Leo. The eclipse we call the Amavasya, the new moon energy begins. But same way, moon is going to enter into Virgo, and there is going to be a complete lunar eclipse. See, Rahu, what is Ketu? Ketu is a retrograde planet. So Ketu is right now moving on the cusp. It is coming to the cusp of the Leo sign, because next month in May of 18th, it has to enter into Leo. So that means here, as soon as moon enters into Virgo, on the what you say, edge of Virgo and edge of what you say, Leo, is where the eclipse energy will start beginning. That means very careful about your communication. And now, because moon is entering, and see here, short distance travel also, you have to be very careful. Siblings, dealing with neighbors, writing something, it can all turn out to be a very nightmare for you. Later, moon and Ketu will come together. When moon and Ketu comes together, here eclipse energy is completely active. 14th, 13th, 14th, and depending on some places 15th is when the eclipse will be happening. Very careful is the fourth house. No dealing in real estate, nothing to do with changes of vehicle, or even if you can avoid driving vehicles, because moon is afflicted, mind is afflicted, there can be some accidents that can take place. Also, mother's health, if there is any signal that it shows that mother says, my left arm is paining or my heart, some pain. Don't say it's acidity. Take her to the doctor, because there can be something much more which needs attention. But eclipse energy is a difficult energy. That's why our ancestors always insisted that during eclipse, don't see the eclipse. Even the moon eclipse, the lunar eclipse, we should not see it with naked eye. We should not go out and see it. We should be away from such energies, because that is where it causes problem in the mind. See, this eyes is the window to the universe. Brain is the imagination to the universe. So when you look at something, when if you look at very bright light, you will just go blind for 2 seconds that, oh, what the hell happened? Because that has affected. This is what is communicating to the brain and the whole body, that what you are seeing. Same way during eclipse also, this is the recipient to receive negative energy. We should avoid this recipient to come in any contact with the eclipse energy. Later, Mercury will retrograde, the ascendant lord in the 10th house, making Nijbhang Rajyog, where Venus already retrograded. Now Mercury gets retrograde, because this is going to be an extreme powerful Nijbhang Rajyog, and make sure that your inner peace, happiness, some bad events does not happen into your life. In career wise, it's not a time for demanding anything. So it's better to be quiet and not demand. That's what is said. And then Sun will enter into Pisces. When Sun enters into Pisces, this is the time that Sun will come closer to Rahu. The eclipse energy, the Amavasya is still going on. Once the Amavasya energy is off, and when what you say, 16th is when Moon will enter into Libra. Still, it will be little bit of relief, but the eclipse energy will keep building, because Moon is entering here, then here, then here, then here, then here, and then there's going to be complete solar eclipse, as well as Saturn will also transit. So 29th of March is a very, very big day. Sun coming to the 10th house, third house lord. Again, no communication should be initiated in your workplace. Just be quiet. The more quiet you are, the more better you are. It's not problem for money. It's problem of reputation. You're saying something or getting aggressive or suddenly being very angry at some few things may create problems in the workplace. So workplace wise, things are good. All the best. Cancer. When we talk about Cancer here, Moon is in the ascendant. What do we need more? When Moon is in the ascendant, you are at the most bright side of the world. And in this cases, if you are feeling depressed, if you're feeling too tired, now you will feel much more rejuvenated and also very powerful. Your brain will be active, your mind will be active, your attitude will be very, very nice. And this continues when Moon enters into the second house. That means expecting some wealth from some place is where you will see some relief. So that is also one of the great news that you will see here. Now, second house is also family. Getting comfort from family is also happening, but then it comes to your third house, where Moon and Ketu will meet together, and Sun is on the exactly opposite side, also transiting the next day. So that means a lunar eclipse is happening, and this is a complete lunar eclipse. Completely zero visibility of the moon. That's kind of lunar eclipse this is, and this is happening in the third house of communication. Try to keep a tab, or maybe close your mouth, or put some gel here, and also join your hands with glue that cannot be taken off. That's how you have to be, make sure that communication wise you have to be so, because in these cases, when there is eclipse, when there is all these kind of events, our mind is not in our control. You remember, Ketu and Rahu have the power, and especially Rahu has the power to swallow everything. Ketu has the power to manipulate everything. So here, Ketu is extremely spiritual planet, but when it comes to being notorious, it is notorious. So it will make sure that everything is illusionative, and as well as headless decisions can be made in workplace, in places related where communication is required, in places where you have to commit something, discuss something. Suddenly you have a rift with your siblings. Suddenly there is possibility of getting in fight with the neighbors, or taking wrong decisions like making your hobby or profession, is all this time of eclipse. So please refrain from everything till 4th of April. Later, Mercury will get retrograde here in Pisces. Mercury is the lord of the 12th as well as the third house. And here it is sitting in the ninth house of your destiny. Those who have been trying to apply for some foreign citizenship passport, you may hear some delayed news or bad news. This is what can happen. But it is not end of the world. As soon as all the planetary combinations and all, they start evolving and going forward, make sure that you apply anything after 4th of April. If there is anything that you're applying now, and which can be avoided, just avoid, because otherwise there will be some kind of disturbance in foreign travel or short distance travel, and unnecessary you will get some rejection. So that's what is required. Later, sun will enter into Pisces, and this is the time that the proper eclipse energies now begin. Moon will also start moving forward, and this is the time that sun, the planet that rules the second house, who's a maraka, also goes to the ninth house. Your destiny becomes a challenge here. A lot of things that supposed to be received from destiny will not be like 100%. Like out of 100% we can expect 30 to 40% of destiny to work because of Venus is in the most benefic place right now. It is trying to avoid every mishap that can happen for your destiny. But health of the father has to be taken into utmost consideration, because this is the health house of health of the father and gurus, and ending of fathers also is seen from here only, because see, 10th house is father, 12th from the 10th is the ninth house. So some things related to health of father has to be taken into consideration at the most important level. Higher education wise, good time to do spiritual education. Very, very great time. All the best. Do subscribe. There's a WhatsApp link for personal appointments also. Leo. When we talk about Leo, moon is entering into Cancer. And moon here is the lord of the 12th house. In the 12th house, there can be sudden travels that can be coming. Suddenly, some travel, far, long distance. Suddenly, some problem with the government. Suddenly, problems in sleeping pattern is seen. So very, very careful. We don't want to get into any trouble. No alcohol driving, no driving, no doing any kind of. It's a place where moon becomes from Luna. Luna is moon from to lunatic. So this is the place where it plays with the brain. So it is in its own sign. Will make sure that expenses and all, they can get controlled, but still moon is very powerful here. So it's a very dushtana house, so it can create problems. So careful. Then moon enters into the ascendant, little bit relief. Finally, you will be feeling much more happy, positive. Some bad thing that was supposed to come on you just goes away. So you'll feel that hard energy, but now the things are charismatic. Everything is very nice. But amidst of that, there is something called eclipse that is happening. It's a lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse, moon going to the second, or those who are pregnant, especially those who are going to be delivering babies, those who are families extending, those who are investing great amount of money in some cause or some place or some real estates or some fixed assets or gold and silver. You have to refrain from doing all this, because there can be some kind of sudden event or loss which can create problem for you. Second house is also the house of speech. Speaking something is not advised during this time, because you will not be able to take it back. So from 13th till 17th or 16th or 17th, just be very, actually till 19th, 20th, because moon will also go to the third house. You have to be very careful that because of your speech, and because you should not make any losses. Don't commit anything to anyone. Otherwise, it is a time of stress. It is a time of taking a little bit of caution, especially in your for those people who are having some mouth ulcers, going through dental problems, eye problems. Everything can happen and can come up during this time. So try to avoid. There's a complete video I'll be making on eclipse, so for do's and don'ts, so that you are very much aligned there. Mercury gets retrograde in the eighth house. Very good time for occult people. Those people who practice occult, those people who are in astrology, numerology, vastu, any kind of healing, Reiki, sciences. Very good time for them. Very good time for people who are into business related to accounting, finance, forensics, anyone who's doing research, IT, software engineering, software development, coding. What a great time for all the people, because this Nijbhang Raj has become too much awesome for them. Very great time for what we call some um, research to come out, like some revolution to happen in some research. So that also is a very good time. Now what happens here is that Mercury retrograde also means that inheritance wise, any money that is supposed to be coming from inheritance may delay during this time. So don't worry about it. Even money that is coming from shared resources may delay, but it is only delay, it is not denial. So just patience. Patience is the word. Later, sun will enter here. Eclipse energy is completely at the high now. The lunar eclipse energy will start diminishing, and the solar eclipse energy will start beginning, because sun will move closer to Rahu. Moon is also now going to move close in next 15 days. Not even 15 days, 28th of 29th of March is going to be moon coming here, and there's going to be an eclipse. Saturn coming here, like six planets in your eighth house. An extreme important time of big transformation is coming, and that transformation can be ending of bad habits or beginning of bad habits, starting of court cases or ending of court cases, starting of some kind of sudden what you say, certain problems in your career, to ending of certain problems that was happening in your career. So depends on your personal chart that what kind of transformation is your Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, Sukshma Dasha, Pranadasha promising. Then we can discuss about it in the future. So all the best. There's a WhatsApp link in the description if you want to discuss your personal chart, and those who are watching the video for the first time to subscribe. Virgo ascendant. Now, when we talk about Moon enters into Cancer, and this is the 11th division for your chart, you can expect some gains that has been waiting, or you have been waiting on it for a very, very long time. Especially your wishes or any goals that you are trying to complete, this is the time that you may feel that you are reaching one step closer to the goal. Or maybe some people, depending on their dasha, antardasha, mahadasha, prasmatantardasha, they may have achieved also. So that's a great news. But we have to be careful, because a lot of things, and especially manipulation to your mind, is coming. When moon enters into the 12th house, this is time it says that gains from foreign countries also come, and also major investment that you're supposed to do in foreign country may also happen. That means you're even buying some tickets as small as that. Also means that elder siblings may require some attention of their health. There can be possibility that elder siblings are not feeling well, and you have to attend them or spend money for them. So that is also one area where you have to be careful. On top of that, here, because moon is in Leo, I want to confirm this point also. It's a very spiritual place for moon to be in the 12th house. So spiritually you will be absolutely in the right position. So make sure if you're doing any spiritual manifestation, this is the time to gain from it. Later, moon will enter with Ketu in the ascendant. Ketu and moon together, it's exactly will affect all the aspects of your life, because this is a beginning of lunar eclipse. When lunar eclipse happen, this is the time that it creates a lot of problems on the mind. It is said that either it is solar eclipse or lunar eclipse, sun and moon's energy are compromised, and when it is compromised, and especially during this amavasya, you have to make sure that you do not do anything. And I will be making a complete big video on this also, so do subscribe, otherwise you'll miss it. That what to do, how to do, and what are the rituals, what are the benefits of this eclipse. No, always it's not bad. It is bad for few aspects, like vulnerable children, very, very young newborn children, pregnant women. There is problem related to like eating during this time, because the food can get contaminated. So many scientific things are also there. But in an overall level, this is the time that your mind, moon will play with the mind and the attitude, and what you speak, how you behave, what is your body language. So we have to try to refrain from social interaction during this time, because moon is also the 11th house lord. People may find or feel, also you may come across as an egoistic person here. This is also what happens sometimes when moon is in such position. So take care, and wait for the whole video so that you know that what to do during lunar eclipse. And later Mercury retrogrades into Pisces. Mercury is the Kendra as well, the 10th house lord, and sitting 10th from itself, that is in the 7th house. Make sure, and this is the time, remember Virgo, amidst of all the chaos that is happening, you are supposed to be hierarchies wise. There's going to be some great news coming. Those who are looking for a job will get a job. There's possibility of you getting some kind of new role or new responsibilities or new designation. This means that money wise also it will be sorted, because remember, when two planets, an exalted and a debilitated, sit together and both are retrograde, they become extremely powerful. And this is a Neech Bhang Raj Yoga. So Raj Yoga is kingly yoga. It is supposed to give you benefit, and benefit for sure. Later, Sun also enters into Pisces. Now, this is the time that we begin the countdown to the solar eclipse that is going to happen in the sign in the 7th house for you. So much of pressure that is coming on the relationship aspects of Virgo ascendant. We are making a video of 6 planets alignment in Virgo. for in Pisces for Virgo ascendant. So do subscribe, otherwise you will miss that also, because that is going to discuss that how amidst of this all the chaos, who is the winner here and how you are going to benefit from this. So let's hope for the best here. Relationship wise, we have to be making sure that things are in the right space. Lot of surrender, lot of ego problems should be now put aside, and lot of practical behavior should be now put in front. Ego will take you nowhere, practical will take you everywhere. Okay, try to be more practical, and new partnerships should be avoided, and there should be also not, you should not consider any kind of, what you say, uh, any kind of marriage and this that, de- deciding of marriage before 4th of April. Let this all energy end. That's what I request. All the best. Do subscribe. Libra, when we talk about Libra, here Moon is entering into Cancer, into the 10th house. That means absolutely great time for career. Things that have been worrying you in the career area, or the gains that you may be not receiving, it is very very great time for career growth as well as gains, because Moon enters into into Leo also. So 9th of March you can expect great news in career. 11th of March you can, 12th of March you can expect great gains in career, good goals completion. And then when Moon enters into Virgo here, this is the time that an eclipse begin. There is Amavasya also. Sun is in the right alignment of Moon, and Sun is also going to be entering into Pisces the next day. So here eclipse is happening, lunar eclipse in the 12th house. It may sound very scary, but if it is very opportunistic area where you can manifest some great spiritual things that you have been waiting for a long time. Like, do you think this is the time that you will be having a window to complete darkness, where there is no judgment of light or darkness? There is completely darkness. There is no judgment here. And this is the time when Moon will be so vulnerable that if you even do some chanting related to Moon, when Moon comes back, it says, you know, just imagine, just take a real life scenario. You are a political person, you were away for a very long time, and out of that, even when you were away, I was preaching about you that, okay, listen, this person is the best, this is the best. And when it comes back to power, it says that, oh my god, who were the one when I was not available, when I was in vulnerable state, who were the one who were talking about me, who were thinking about me, who were praising me? And when you see that, oh, this is that person, you start favoring that person. Same is with planets. Like how we have egos, everyone has egos in the world. And that ego cannot be ego is just like, what you sow is what you reap, that kind of situation. So what you do during this time, if you manifest energy of Moon, and depending on the moon sign in your chart, also you manifest that, okay, Moon is here and my Moon is here, let me combine both the forces together and make a, like a statement. During the time when Moon is vulnerable, that is the time when Moon comes in back in power, you are going to be working awesome, in awesome state. So make sure that you are aligned. But eclipse is your 12th house. Don't overspend. There can be possibility of sudden travels that is coming due to some family members problems. So that should be seen, and it should not be ignored. And on top of that, Mercury, the planet that is rules the 12th house, the planet that rules the 9th house, that means your foreign travel is getting retrograde in the 6th house. So if workplace wise you were supposed to go somewhere, there can be some delays there. There can also be possibility some cancellation in travel to workplace, through workplace can come. So be ready for that also. In some cases, if your Mercury is by chance natal sitting in the 9th house and getting retrograde here, that means this is a possibility for going for workplace tours and trips. Suddenly they will say, oh, you know what, tomorrow we have to go for a seminar here, we have a very big client to, that all can happen. So let's be prepared for it. All the best. Here, Scorpio ascendant. Oh, I did not talk about Sun here. Sorry for Libra. This is my daughter's. I don't know, something new is going on in the world, something called Stanley Cup. वो लेके आई. So today I did not have water here, so I'm drinking in her. But kids are going crazy, Rohiji. Some Stanley Cup is so expensive, man. And they think that the water in here will become more powerful. I don't know what happens, but मजा आ रहा है पीने को, सब महंगा है.
That's why you are, I think, feeling the power of the water today.
Very good power. First, I will now research what is the Stanley Cup, because she does not say where is my water jug. She's like, Have you seen my Stanley Cup? This is how she refers to. Yes. Sun enters into Pisces. Now, when we talk about Sun is the 11th house lord in the 6th house. That means 8th from the 11th house. There can be sudden ups and downs, and especially these ups and downs can be in the area related to your network and the social network that is related to your workplace. See, your workplace will be affected the most during the time when all the six planets will align here. So, for that, you have to be utmost very careful and very importantly working towards your, when you say about your service, like try to be more of service oriented. Don't try to be cunning here, don't try to play politics yourself. Try to be more motivated to do service and see, nothing will happen, it will just be like a normal day. Otherwise, if you go into some different aspects, other planets will shine, especially Saturn, who's going to come here. All the planets are sitting to welcome that. Come Saturn, come to the sign of Pisces. Everyone is sitting here to welcome. You will see that how things will manifest here. So make sure that it is service attitude that you have during this week. All the best. Scorpio. Moon enters into Cancer, into the ninth house. Very great time. No problem. Beginning of the week is a very powerful week, especially for long term things that you've been waiting for. You may see some good success. As well as your destiny is now working for you. Higher learning and travel. Long distance travel is also seen at a sudden cost, sudden place. So, one thing that is Moon in the ninth house is blessings from God Himself. Anything where situation where you're stuck, God will come Himself and bless you. Same way goes when Moon enters into Leo, into the 10th house for you. Career wise, also, there will be a lot of blessings. Whenever the Bhagya Lord will come in Kendra, this is a very good opportunity for people to start new businesses, or, closure on businesses which are giving them losses, or closure on work which is giving them lot of anxiety. This is the time to now become more powerful. What happens is that, but when Moon enters in this week towards 14th of March and enters into Virgo with Ketu, a lunar eclipse start happening. Lunar eclipse is eclipse when Moon, Ketu, Rahu, and Sun actually are exactly aligned. And this is the time that Sun is also transiting, so a lunar eclipse is happening. For lunar eclipse, especially in the 11th house, the area that we have to be more concerned about is your social circle. Try to be isolated during this time. Try to not go and attend any events somewhere. Something that you say could lead, or some emotional thing that you hear may lead towards losses, long term losses. So try to avoid any social gatherings. Later, Mercury will get retrograde into the fifth house for you, house of creativity. But Mercury and Venus are making a Neech Bhang Raj Yoga. This yoga will empower you to enhance or unleash creativity with the utmost possible results. That means results will be coming, speculative gains are seen. Amidst of time of lot of chaos, you will see that something related to you and your, what you say, speculation is happening. Love life is very good. Everything looks very, very positive. But what happens is then Sun also enters into Pisces. And this is the place where we have to start getting concerned now. Why? Because when Sun enters, if you're going to Sun Mahadasha Antardasha, anything that has to do with Sun, then remember that a solar eclipse is coming. Solar eclipse is when Rahu will swallow the Sun. Moon is now in going to be in forward motion and enter into the signs quickly, 2 and 2.5 days, and 29th of March it will be here. All the six planets and Saturn will also transit. So six planets aligned in one house, and that is the fifth house. We are going to be making a complete video on this six houses, aspecting the 11th house. It's not a very small thing, man. It's a very, very great thing that is happening. Speculation, creativity, name and fame, and 11th house, your social standing, all depends on these planetary placements. So all the best. Do subscribe. Sun entering here in Pisces is also a time that we show that 10th house Lord has come to the 5th house. So a lot of creativity will be unleashed in the workplace, or some speculative gain related to business or workplace is seen. And all the best. Do subscribe. WhatsApp link is in the description for personal appointments. And all the best. Sagittarius. Here, Rohiji, Moon will enter into Cancer, Karka, at the 8th house. Now, 8th house is not considered very good, and especially for a benefic planet like Moon, but it is own sign of the Moon. So it will make sure that not big problems happen, but still we have to be careful about health, and health of the in-laws, health of ourselves, and also if there is any emotional, what you say, attachment or emotional attachment towards your roots, that means towards your family or inherited family matters or family items, this is the time to let go of things like that. You have to be more practical, not emotional. Moon enters into Leo. Good time because Moon is in the ninth house here. Eighth house or in the ninth house. That means all the things that did not work for you for the last 2 days is now going to work for you. Even that can be an interview. Even that can be starting new knowledge or getting into new training programs. Or those you have paid money for studying but not studying, but now you suddenly say that no, I have to come back here. So some kind of things like that. Higher education is also coming. Wisdom is also coming. And then comes the eclipse, lunar eclipse, 13th 14th. Some, depending on where you are staying, there can be differentiated times, but lunar eclipse begins and it is happening in the 10th house. Not a very bad signal, by the way. Moon is the 8th house lord, third from itself. Communication wise, be very silent in your workplace. That's what is required. But otherwise, Ketu and Moon together, aspected by Venus, aspected by an exalted Mercury in the own sign, this also means progress. Sometimes progress comes after darkness. Sometimes many people will get a job after a very, very long time. So that is one great possibility of the eclipse that can happen. Spiritually, you will be very, very evolved and invoked in your workplace. That means you will not work will be not work anymore, it will be worship. That's how you will feel. A great time. Mercury on the other hand becomes retrograde on 14th of March. Mercury is the Kendra lord, 7th, and so Mercury retrograde becomes more powerful, by the way. It's not a bad news, it's a good news because Venus is also retrograde. So both these retrograde planets are making Neech Bhang Raja Yoga in a Kendra. That means lot of difficulties that are supposed to be with relationships, with your real estate, with your family, extended family, mother, even father. Everything will be taken care of with utmost care. Health will become very much better because the 8th house, the 6th house lord is also retrograde there with Mercury, making that proper Nijbang Raj Yoga. So all the best. One thing during Mercury retrograde is that in workplace, don't try to be over communicative. Just do how much ever is required and asked. Don't try to be over ambitious. Otherwise, it will lead to other people thinking that you're doing some drama. That should be avoided. And later, Sun will enter into Pisces. Now look at Sun's position. Sun is the planet that actually rules the ninth division, that is the destiny, and it's sitting eighth from itself. So sudden ups and downs in destiny can happen, and that can be happening due to some real estate investment, due to problems that can be caused by some kind of maybe government interference in real estate or vehicles. So we drive carefully, drive safely, because eclipse energy is building very soon. 29th of March is when all the planets will align here in the fourth house for you, where you have to be utmost careful. All the best. Have a great time. Capricorn ascendant. When we talk about Capricorn ascendant, Moon is entering into Cancer, into the seventh house for you. Now, seventh house is the house that is related to relationships. If relationships were a problem, if relationship were not supposed to happen in the nice way, or we can say relationship was not supposed to not going well, there were some kind of issues with you, your spouse, your business partners, things will solve here. And because Moon is entering into Leo later, there is going to be gains also. Absolute, some beautiful gains related to your inheritance, anything to do with your common shared resources, anything to do from investments that you have done in the past. You will see some gains coming, and suddenly you'll be happy. Oh my God, I have these gains here. So what a beautiful time. Later, Moon will enter into the ninth house for you, and here eclipse happens. Ninth house is the house which is about our belief patterns. Here we have to be careful about the belief patterns that we have. Here we have to be careful about the father's health. This is the father's health, father's house, guru's house. You have to make sure that people who are giving you the knowledge or wisdom are giving you in the right way, not turning you against any other person. Because this is what happens when Moon, the mind gets afflicted with Ketu, you start making headless decisions. So don't make any headless decisions. And Mercury will retrograde into Pisces. When Mercury will retrograde into Pisces, into the third house, here you will see and you will feel that when your communication suddenly, which was going very well, like going very, very nice, will now take a very calculative approach, that whatever you will say, you will think twice before saying that. You will start making any, making any judgment, writing, or commitments in very, very structured manner, rather than saying yes impulsively. No, it will be more planned now, because retrograde planets tends to take more time to make any decision. And Nijbang Rajyog is happening on the proper scale here. Later, Sun will also move here, Rohitji. So when Sun moves here, this is the point where the 8th house Lord has gone to the 3rd house because of some communication problem that has done in the past or can be done now. There can be issues that can be suddenly cropping up. There can be suddenly some things that, you know, up and down can happen here when Sun will enter into Pisces. So third house Sun is a very parakrami stan for Sun. That is very, very aggressive place for Sun, and Rahu and Sun together coming in close conjunction very soon. Uh, Saturn also entering there. Lot of pressure will be on the third house for you. Would suggest not to make any plans for short distance travel till 4th of April, and not to do anything, of your personal interest. Try to just make plans and imply all the plans or activate all the plans after 4th of April. All the best. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Sorry guys, I am like, Rohit ji, kya hua bataiye? I am in complete jet lag. Like zoom. It's happening because my flight was from Mumbai to Paris, Paris to Amsterdam, Amsterdam to Calgary, and with a small child, and that Grace, she's so hyperactive. She was running here and there in the whole flight. I did not sleep, always running behind her. Grace, stop. Sometimes she's in this person's lap, sometimes she's in that person's lap. The whole plane was enjoying Grace. She was everywhere, trying to eat everyone's food also. Whatever anyone was eating, she was like, I want to eat this. So it was like very overwhelming. Then I came yesterday. I had some other commitments I had to run to some different things. Couldn't sleep. In the night, the kids get up at 2 o'clock because of jet lag. So whole night I couldn't sleep. Then I slept for 1 hour again. It's crazy. This, I think this jet lag should have some medicine now. That eat this medicine, no jet lag. But yeah, it is overwhelming. I'm not doing any appointments. That is why, because I cannot concentrate. Yeah, but this I'm trying to do as much as concentration. That's why I'm talking. My throat is becoming dry. Okay, moving on. Aquarius ascendant. So when we talk about Aquarius ascendant, Moon is entering into Cancer, into the sign that is the 6th house for you. 6th house is ruled by Moon here. That's why Moon is not considered very, very great for Capricorn as well as, the Aquarius sign, because Moon here for the Capricorn rules the 7th house, that is Maraka, and for Aquarius rules the 6th house, which is related to diseases, death, enemies, struggle. But sometimes look at the good news of this house also, that is related to discipline, related to daily activities that should be done with discipline, related to service. Moon is looking at the 12th house. Great opportunity may come for people who want to travel to foreign countries. There can be possibility that your workplace may include or involve you into a foreign project, which may make your ways very much open to go to a foreign country. On terms of that, health wise, because Moon is here, Moon is the mind, be careful about anxiety, sometimes depression. This kind of behavior happens. Many people, Luigi, I see many people in this world. I don't know what has happened. Earlier there was a time when there were no girls available for marriage. Now this time it has become so crazy that there are no boys available for marriage. People are going crazy day by day, every day, looking for companionships. Some people are lonely, some people do not have anything to do, some people have just, I was talking to some woman who's a doctor. She just goes to the office, comes back, have no social life. So don't isolate yourself. This is the house of service. Try to make sure that you go out, at least if you have any spiritual interest in anything, in a church, in a mosque, in a temple, in a gurudwara, wherever. Try to go. You will find like-minded people there. Don't sit at home. Don't waste your time. Try to explore. Try to explore everything around you. Okay? This is that time. Moon enters into Leo Roji. Here, partnerships, new partnerships can begin. There can be possibility. See, the eclipse energy has started. That means Amavasya energy has also started. Eclipse energy has also started. Now, you can see that during this time there is a possibility of getting into some relationships. And relationships means that this is the time that not only good relationship but bad relations, sometimes scam relationships, that some people fall in love. Was talking to a client. I don't know what Aquarius has. Whenever Aquarius comes, I get some ideas about discussing stories. I was talking to a client. He said that there is one girl who messages me. She's from China. She loves me, this that. I said, all this is all scam, brother. Well, look at you. You are not even visible in the dark. In the light also, you're not visible. You're dark. Look at the girl who's sending you photos. All this is scam. She will do this, and later she will enter into a what you say enter into an emotional state where she will ask for money and this and that. And later, a month later, he replied that, sir, you were right. She was telling me that her father is sick. She does not have money for uh, medicine. So can I send her some money? And I said, yeah, this is what the scam is. So this moon coming here and very coming close, coming to eclipse, especially in the eighth, very careful for scams and that are related to on a more of a sexual or more in a on a physical level. What happens is that you get into trap. One of my client, Rohitji, he by mistake he took the path of prostitution. Like he went to a prostitute, and later that prostitute was underage, like she was 14 years old. And what happened, she only complained to the, but this is a scam. What happens, they try to get people in trap. They look much older and got the money, as well as told the cops that this person, and now that person is facing legal charges against him. So these kind of illusionative items are what is happening right now in the world, rather to male or to female. Okay, very careful. I have another woman, sorry, like various people, I know you will say what the hell is this. I have another woman who said that I met someone through shadi.com. We dated what we started speaking, same religion, same this that, everything was very good. Marriage vows were done, their parents also agreed, whatnot. Then we did the ceremony where we have to give gold and everything to the other person, and after that ceremony they stopped even picking up our calls because they got the gold and they got the cash. Just imagine, these kind of people have gone to these kind of extent where they are doing such frauds. So this is the time that careful, we don't want to get into any kind of fraud or any kind of activities which tell about something which is very easily seen, that okay, something which has happened very quickly and easily, what is happening, we have to stay away from it. Moon enters into the eighth house here. And this is the house where Moon makes a Viprita Raja Yoga. Sixth house Lord in the eighth house. That means some problems related to the workplace or will end. Some good things are happening. But also Ketu and Moon are together. And eighth house is the house of intimacy. I told you. Very careful about STDs also, sexually transmitted diseases, some scams, some money losses. Very careful. It is you can save yourself, no one else. If any such things are coming, away from it. Later, Mercury retrogrades into the sign of Pisces in the second house. And second house is where Venus is also retrograde. So Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, they are at Nichvang Rajyog, absolutely hand in hand, strength in strength. Good time to gain some money from your workplace, or can be possibility from your real estate, that you have some property value goes up. Something that has been going on for a very long time, where you need a escape out of your what you say escape out of some real estate or some vehicles. It may be the possible, because fixed asset is going to give you more and more gains during this time. So beautiful time for you, all the best. But then sun enters into Pisces. When sun enters into Pisces, this is a time that the eclipse energy is now completely active. Amavasya is also there, completely active energy. Moon is going forward, 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 and very soon in 29th of March, it will enter into the second house where Saturn will enter. So this time, the second house, all the aspects related to family life, all the aspects related to the health of these areas are a concern, and you need to be careful about this. And I'm making a very extremely detailed video about the six planet conjunction in Aquarius in all the signs by next week. So make sure that you're subscribed so that you do not miss that. Sun coming here is a Maraka, seventh house Lord coming to the second house. This is a place of health, eyes, teeth, mouth, ulcers, tongue bite, pain, mouth infection, throat infection, eye infection, Everything is seen from the second house. You have to be careful in all such areas, which I will discuss there. And I will discuss the opportunities that you have, amazing, and what deity you need to invoke to get that siddhi, or that we call that, that penance, which will give you that degree that, okay, yes, you have achieved this today. So let's discuss about it. For that, to subscribe, and all the best. Have a great time. Pisces ascendant. Moon is entering into Cancer, into the fifth house for you. What a great time, amidst of this eclipse, also to start up new things, because this starting of new things will give you much more clarity after 4th of April. If you are beginning, if you're thinking, you're extremely, your mind is going very creative, very powerful, this is the time of doing some startups, but only till 9th till 13th of March. After that, don't get into it, because what happens is that fifth house moon is very good for speculative gains, very good for partnership, very good for kids, very good for progeny, very good for what you say, happiness, pure happiness. But when moon enters into the sixth house in Virgo, this is where the scenario will change a little. Sixth house is a dushtana, that means it's a difficult house. 6, 8 and 12 are called considered negative houses. When it comes here, a benefic planet comes here, it tends to give you very less benefic results, because it has no power to fight this house. What happens here is that debt due to children has to come. Sometimes your romantic partner and everything, there is some kind of disease, sickness also in that area, where you have to deal with such things. Sometimes you also become sick yourself, or health wise, your stomach becomes a very big problem for you. This can happen, where you have to be at most careful and avoid any kind of application of loan. Also should not be done during this time. Then comes Amavasya, energy is already active. Now comes the lunar eclipse. This lunar eclipse, again, a complete video on lunar eclipse. I'm going to be making do's and don'ts and how it will affect positively. Please subscribe, others you'll miss that. So here, eclipse is happening in the seventh house. The relationship is where you have to be utmost careful, and especially signature is not, should not be done during the eclipse period. Anything where you give final confirmation should be avoided. That is either your home, that is either your love life, that is either your marriage, that is either your agreement both together, something, buying a car or buying a house, everything, signature should be avoided. That means no partnership should be done during this time. Try to avoid it till 2nd of April. Let the whole eclipse cycle finish. On top of that, the Kendra Lord, that is Mercury, also becomes the retrograde here in the ascendant. This means you have to reconsider all the actions and the communications that you have been doing, that you have been promising other people, or other people are promising. You have to reconfirm your things. But because Mercury and Venus are in very close, very powerful conjunction, this is Neech Bhang Raj Yoga in the Kendra and the Trikona. The first house, the ascendant, is the most powerful, the most awesome place where any planet can be. So please make sure that you really, really, what you say, uh, really, really concentrate on yourself. Really, really try to make, what you say, decisions with patience, with more research. Because see, 8th house Lord is also in the first house. Remember, your seventh house lord, your second house, your fourth house lord is here. So a lot of research is required. With that research, partnership also has to be chosen very, very carefully. You cannot just choose any partner. Okay, I will work forward with this person, that person. That is what is required, Rohit, here for Pisces ascendant. And later, Sun will enter into Pisces. Now look at Sun. Sun is the sixth house lord. That means Jupiter is given the sixth house or Dushtana to Sun. When I was reading, learning astrology in the beginning, Rohitji, I'm still learning. I'm not no one who knows everything. When I was talking to my Guruji, I told him that what the hell, Moon, Sun is the king. How can Moon give Sun a Maraka place? Because second house is for Cancer ascendant here. Then when I told that why Jupiter, who's always coming, and Brahaspati, always coming and bowing and down of Sun because of his presence, his sacrifice, that his power that he has, why he has given sixth house. Then I got the reply that Jupiter thought that Sun is the only and the only planet who can take care of diseases, who can take care of enemies, and that's why it gave the sixth house in a more positive way, not in a negative way. So this, in this sign, if you see when sun comes to the ascendant, it is a possibility that here, if any diseases, any long-term illnesses that are coming now, you will find a solution to fight from it. You yourself, you will change your attitude. There'll be more possibility that this transformation which is happening in the first house, just imagine six planets coming together here, right, on 29th of March. Saturn also aligning here. So this is the time that a great transformation is happening, and this transformation happening on all aspects of Pisces. Out of all the 12 ascendants, Pisces ascendant is going to be the most, we say, blessed, because all the things, you're getting so many opportunities, so many options in the first house. Don't be scared of this kind of an event. Be embrace this moment. This is going to be a life changing moment, and comes very rarely. I think after 556 years this has come, when Saturn, Venus, Mercury, Sun, Rahu, as well as Moon will align. So it's a very, very great time for all the people. Sun in the first house tells you that come back to discipline, come back to daily routine should be taken more seriously, and rather than you using just one aspect of your life, put all your efforts into daily routines. And also, enemies will come on surface whenever some hidden planets, hidden houses, planets come on the ascendant. Enemies will come on surface. You will really feel and understand that this is my true enemy and this is my true, what you say, what is friend. So let's hope for the best. All the best. Have a great time. Do subscribe, otherwise you'll miss that big video. And thank you, Rohitji. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your patience and everything.
Thank you very much for this deep analysis of weekly horoscope, and you touch every aspect in very deeper way, and especially this all the planets coming to the Pisces sign. We will make separate video for this. This will be when six
And
planets will
it's
be.
required, Rohitji, separate video, because I've been hearing from all my friends, astrologers, who are good on YouTube, who are good on Instagram. Oh, it is disaster, this, that, whatnot. What the hell, man? Why can it be? Why will it be disaster? First of all, the problem with all the astrologers is that they think that God is enemy to everyone. Do you think that we are suffering, we are doing this, that? Is God a very big enemy to ourselves? Or God is our friend? Yeah, yes, sub suffering and everything is happening because of our actions only. Because of the interdependence of actions around us. People jo dusra action karta hai, we also suffer. In a family, Rohitji, just imagine, in a family of 5 people, if the father becomes an alcohol addict, the whole family will suffer. It is karma of one person which is making suffer other people. Same way, Rohitji, it happens is that humanity wise also, the the action of one political great leader who is in power will affect the whole, affect different countries, whole countries. So it does not mean that I was talking to someone, and I feel stupid because I give lot of you know importance to other people. Someone messaged that they lost their job, and I told that it will be very good. There is no problem. Then they send me their chart again. Then I told them that you lost your job. Did you lose it alone or many other people? Or he said no, 4,000 other people also lost in a company, the very big company. So I'm like, okay. I said, I look at your chart and I again saying that there is speculative gain that you will get. That means you'll get money also, and job also is not a problem. You may have got a job or you will have a job in hand. He said, before I was given my notice, I had a job. And then I also got lot of good severance. So I said, then why the hell did you waste my time? There are other people who are actually waiting. He's like, you said this, and I lost my job. I said speculative gain also. I said you got also a new job. So if you got a new job, then why? And putting into what do you say, regular pushing Samantha regularly, that okay, he's not replying, he's not this. Arey man, you don't. If you did not have, and you don't even imagine, Rohit. I was in an airport. I was just looking at the urgent things. I said, oh man, this got a lot of job, lost a job. Let me see. When I opened the chart, I said all the planets are in favor. He will in fact make more money than he's like, no. Now I'm worried about if this job is going to be okay or not. एक तो job गया, you got another job which I did tell that you'll get a job. After that, you got speculative gain also, rather than saying that thank you God for this. Even I got money, even I got a different job, so I'm very much safe. I can now invest this money into buying a real estate. What you are just trying to manipulate and say future everything is going to be good or no. This is not how astrology works or how decency works. That's why I've now become more vigilant about what to take and what to not take. So it is very, sometimes it is very it's very disheartening to do all this and then later hear that nothing. One person, Rohitji, took appointment like, I wanted now, I wanted tomorrow, I just have one day to stay in US. Tomorrow morning I will be going this and that. Samantha's like, sir, he's in a lot of problems, so you take it. I was sick, I was having fever. I said, okay, give him the appointment in normal cost. Don't worry, don't take him extra cost. He says, tomorrow my company is sending me to India for a week and then I'm coming back. I said, what the hell? What the hell is this? So I have seen that in some cases when people try to take advantage of you. So na ye sab, you understand what I'm saying. So sometimes I also have a family, also family. Everything I'm doing here, everything for your guidance, everything good. I love this. I love this. But don't take extra advantage. And that's why, and this advantage of other people, those who have taken, other people will suffer who really have to have problems because I will see think na aisa hi hoga. वापस see this person is coming that way only. I know for certain charts I see Rohit ji and I immediately see that, oh, this person is going through a very big problem. I need to help them immediately. I don't even wait for it. But some people just take advantage of my availability, which is not going to be the case in the future now.
Really, fake sympathy is like very dangerous for the other people who are in queue and not getting an opportunity for appointment.
मैं खाली ये बोल रहा हूँ कि like everyone should have ethical approach towards everything.
Especially
है
in
ना?
this case, this is
I have
astrology.
a very ethical approach जो है वो मुंह पे I have any one person should claim down below or write below or message or I have never ever received that I have cheated anyone. Neither ever in my group, there are 9,000 people, no one ever has said because there is no way we can do that. So that's I'm very open about it. But anyone can claim that, if they can claim, I will whatever is there, I will reimburse them. But never ever कुछ किया ही नहीं है ऐसा तो. So, anyways, let's see. Let's hope for the best. Let's all the 12 ascendants rise and shine and everything. And all the best to you, Rohit ji, as well.
Thank you. We'll see you in very important video that is a lunar eclipse very soon. Thank you. Till then, Jai Shri
Jai
Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Mata, Om Namah Shivaya.